Bagfuel, baby.
My whole time in Norfolk, what I learned is that if you was just doing your thing, staying humble, not trying to be on this rah, you was good. You know what I'm saying? You was good. It wasn't crazy like that. Although we was right in it, and it would be shit we see on the news where the projects is heating up because we was right by the projects and all of this. It was a wild area. What up to my brother Al Branch? I see. It was a wild time, but it was still a lot of fun, man, and it was still just an element of growth and nourishing, and learning how to budget. It might be some weeks you might only have $50 for the week or something like that.
College definitely taught you how to live life for real and really budget your money. I credit college of having me come into this game mature about money. I might not have had my frontal lobe developed about emotional things that was going to come from the business, because there was a lot of things that back then I reacted poorly to because I didn't understand the full gamut of business and where it carried and where it went to.
Yeah.
I took everything personal, and business really isn't personal, right? But during that hip-hop wave, everything was personal to me. But in that hip-hop wave of how we learned, what's the difference now with how the people is learning about the game now than when we did back then?
I mean, I think everybody is going to agree that technology is so prevalent now, man. It's like, we really had to learn hands-on with everything. We was like really in the soot. And not to say that some of these people that's coming up is not really into it, but, technology, to me, it changed the game for every single thing. It changed the game. There's different ways you could do business. Like, you was talking about Western Union. Now you want somebody, you Zell them, or you send a wire transfer, Southern Cash App.
You got a record that you can keep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
you can find niggas faster. The fucking cell phone, everybody had the Zap phone back then.
You know what's crazy? I remember when I would talk with Smack and Beasley, and it's so crazy in the hood how many dudes don't have a bank account. And that's like the easiest thing to get. And I would see Smack barking like, why don't you got a bank account? Because
maybe they don't have a residence. You gotta have a residence to have a bank account.
Bro, it's not.
Some niggas use their jail ID for
so
shit.
many dudes can get out of jail and get a car. So many street dudes can
but
get
it don't
shit.
be in their name.
They can get a bank account.
It's generational too, though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think like. For me, when I was young, my mother took me to the bank. She's like, I'm gonna set up your bank account and do all of this when I was a kid.
Probably like 15, 16. That's when I got my joints.
Yeah, I had a bank account when I was young. When I was young.
When'd you get yours? Yeah?
When I got to college.
But that's still young
too. Because the way your parents are and how responsible
my parents
you are.
didn't know about music. They were working class people. Like, you didn't need to have a bank account if you were just going to get a job. You do that when it's time for you.
Because they had the check cashing places. I remember, like even with my mother, she messed with the check cashing place for a long time.
Everybody, they take their regular check. They
my
was
pops
around
was
with
like,
cash.
This is how you go.
I know niggas that couldn't put their money in the bank account because they had child support problems, so they had to go to check cashing. There was a lot of
they was yanking them back then.
There be a lot of reasons why people don't have bank accounts. It's not just as simple, and people be ashamed to say, "I don't have a permanent residence. I don't want to put a shelter address on my bank account." Like I'm gonna work my way around it. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be embarrassing to people.
But we gotta at the same time, it definitely can be embarrassing to somebody. But some of the strongest people are the people who actually swallowed their pride and got a little bit of help. Like sometimes we as a people, we just gotta give each other just a little bit of a nudge. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of help. You know what I'm saying? Like, SO, he saw that I'm doing my show on Twitch. He came on. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that he down here in Atlanta. I get the call. We gonna come. But this is how, like, other groups of people do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they help each other. Like, it's just a phone call. Like, yo, let's just do this. Like, helping kids get jobs. Like, my daughter need a job. Call up your friend. Like I know you at this company. Like we as black people, we have to do that more. Like that's one of the things that's lagging, and it's a generational thing. It's a generational handicap. A lot of stuff that we doing, but brothers such as me and yourselves, we're some of the people that's trying to break those
Yeah,
cycles.
sure.
Trying to break those chains. But it's something just as simple as getting a bank account. And some banks, even today, still they'll give you hassle about trying to get a bank account. Like even if you got a job and a residence, they will give you some hassle sometimes. But we need more black bankers, and I think it's dope. My brother Ari, he's a black banker. He's definitely helped some people out. Because it was I have friends. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have friends that I talked to him and he didn't have a bank account. Same thing, and I'm like, yo, call my brother, hook it up. You know what I'm saying? And if they would have been just over prideful and too ashamed to say, yo, Shaheem, I ain't got no bank account, they might not have none. And at the end of the day, it's not about what you don't have. It's about how you gonna get what you need, how you gonna get what you want. Okay, you don't have it. Okay, there's nothing we could do. We can't go to the past. You don't have it, but how can you get it? What's the plan to get it? You know what I'm saying?